Hello, I'm Liv and welcome to your practice. Today we're going to be doing a somatic practice, just kind of waking up the body. When I was in the height of my chronic pain, I really struggled to connect with my body. And what really helped me was things like stretching and mobility, where I really felt into the edges of my body. So that's what we're going to do today. This is great for right when you wake up or anytime during the day. Maybe you're super stressed and you're really in your head and you want to come back to your body. So we're going to start here just swaying on the feet hip width distance apart, maybe spreading those toes and just swaying back and forth, feeling into the edges, rocking that balance. This is our first moment to come into our body, so maybe do a full body scan, seeing how you feel from head all the way down to toes. Not judging, but just witnessing. Are there areas of tension, tightness, maybe areas of lightness? Just noticing what's there. As you continue to sway, we'll start splaying our fingertips open. So just feeling between them, trying to widen them, and almost like you're twinkling them around, maybe finding some rolls in those wrists. Maybe play with pushing the hands away as if you were pushing a wall out, feeling that into your arms, your shoulders. So pushing and then extending. This practice is meant to be for you. I'm giving you some invitations and guides, but really feel free to make it your own. If something doesn't land with you, go back to what felt good, what the body was yearning for. Maybe playing with turning the arms open and back. And we'll start rolling the shoulders. I love to bring my arms into it, almost like a jellyfish after. Maybe playing with one at a time, finding fluidity, maybe swaying the hips still as you do this. And if it's one of the first things you're doing in the day, maybe you're not really focusing on finding a bunch of mobility and range, but you're just feeling into it, awakening these parts of your body. Coming back to neutral, we'll continue with rolls, but we'll do it with our neck instead. So starting on one side, bringing our left ear towards our left shoulder and doing half moons. So coming forward and then to the side and continuing in that pattern. Our movements want to be more deliberate and intentional, so not working on speed here, but just feeling into. Maybe you need to go a little bit lighter in your range of motion. You're not moving too much. That's okay too. This practice is yours. Once you come to a side, you can bring your head up back to neutral. And we're going to play with this idea of shoveling with the shoulders. So we're going to bring the right shoulder back and down as if you're shoveling. You're going to flex your hand, shoveling in the ground and lifting up. So then the left shoulder goes down, flex the hand. We're just really playing with this range of motion here. We're pressing down, feeling that length in the shoulders. Again, maybe finding that sway, rocking back and forth a little bit as you do this. And feel free to do it backwards as well. Just waking up the shoulders. Invitation to widen your stance a little bit and bring your hands to your hips. We're going to press the hips back to the left, keeping the legs straight and just feeling a circle, shifting them over to the right, coming forward and then pressing back, Feeling this into the hamstrings and the legs, maybe a little bit of popping in the hips. And as you explore this range of motion, maybe when you come to one side, you come forward as well, completing the circle. Or you just play with this half moon shape. And option to bend the knees a little bit if this is a little bit too much for you this morning, or whenever you're doing this practice. And just playing with this full range of motion. You can even drop the upper body into it. Opening up into the back of the legs. And when you're ready, coming back to that circle and making it smaller and smaller. Bringing the feet back together, hip width distance, hands on the hips if that feels comfortable, or you can explore hands behind the head. We're going to do a little bit of a circular motion with the chest. So imagine that your head is like a flashlight and you're just shining it around the room. So we're not moving with the hips, but just with the upper body. Switching sides. Finding rounding and extension. And we'll play here going into a cat-cow. So as you exhale, dome the upper back, elbows together, chin to chest. And we'll inhale, widen those elbows to the side, open the chest, head looking up to the ceiling if possible. And exhaling back down. And just playing here. Doing a few rounds with your breath, only going as far as is necessary for your body today. Few more rounds here. And again, we're really focusing on the upper body here. So not rounding with the pelvis as much, but just really focusing on the chest and the upper back. When you're ready to come out of that, we're going to play with some side bends. So we're going to press our right hand up to the left ceiling and draw our right foot out to find length in the right side body. And I like to kind of pull back in, bring that right foot together. And we'll do that on the left side. So left side to the right side of the room, left hand long, and exhaling, coming back together. So really just feeling into here, maybe doing some wrist rolls, coming in, and just, feeling that length, maybe waking up the feet, maybe pointing and flexing, feeling that heel, that ankle, and feeling what you need. Maybe you go out more to the side than up to the ceiling. But just feeling into it. Invitation to maybe bounce. And if there's anywhere that you find this position, it feels really good, just stay there, marinate in that. Such a beautiful way to come into our bodies and just notice if there's any stuck points, Playing with this, making it yours. Maybe instead of coming back in, you kind of roll down to center. And from here, we'll come back to a neutral position and we're going to play with kind of Tai Chi influenced movement. So coming over to the right side of your mat, you can lift up your left knee and your left foot. And as you step out wide, kind of think of hula hooping or waving those hands out like a wave. We'll inhale, bring up that right foot. And exhale, wave down with the hands, maybe also with the hips too, coming into this motion. So inhaling, bringing that left foot up, And exhaling it softly down, waving into the hips and the hands and the arms. Maybe playing with some movements and some sound with your voice, sighing. Maybe humming will feel good. Playing with that movement, that sound, really helps us to get back into our bodies. It's not often throughout the day that we're playing with these different sounds and movements and noises. We're usually just talking in one vibration, one pitch, one tone the whole day. So if we can play with these sounds, then we can really just come back to our body, come back to our experience. One more on each side. And coming back to center, feet hip-width distance, and we'll play with some hip circles here. So bending the knees a little bit so you can bounce. And imagine that your hips were like the spoon and you're wrapping it all the way around a bowl. Turning it to all of the edges. And just feeling into it. If you struggle with this, think about tilting the pelvis forward. So bottom of the hips facing back, pelvis forward, and then tucking the tailbone back. You can just play and rock in this position here, or you can find that circular motion as well. Switching sides. The hips hold a lot of emotion, so they can often be really tight and feel sticky, icky. So just bringing some movement into them can just really open the fluidity of the body. From here, you can come back to the center place, and we're going to play around with some more movements. We're going to start with shaking. So maybe bouncing at the knees, shaking the hips left and right, using the quads and the fingers, shaking it out. Maybe coming with that sound again. Primarily focusing on the lower body, the legs, and the hands. Bringing it to the hips and the chest. Shaking it out, shaking it out. Slowly bringing your hands to the ceiling. And releasing, sighing it out. Bending over. We'll inhale, shake back up. Hands to the ceiling and sigh it out. Inhale, shake. And exhale, sigh it out. Coming back up to neutral. And we'll come back to this swaying motion that we started with. Invitation to bring your hands to your body. Notice what wants some attention. I find for me, especially my back body, we don't engage with these muscles very much. We don't feel them other than when we're sitting. So it can be nice to kind of wake them up and say, hello, lower back. Hello, my upper back. Hello, thighs and tummy. Hello, arms. Swaying and finding what's comfortable to you. And slowly making that sway smaller and smaller to the point that you're still moving just a little bit. And then finding neutral finding your center. And bathing in this stillness, noticing any sensations on your body. Doing that full body scan and checking back in. And see if anything's changed. If your eyes were closed, invitation to open them up. And this concludes our somatic practice for this time. Thank you so much for moving and flowing with me. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.